Ethereum is about to become even more valuable. The merge is crypto's most important event now. Welcome back, guys. In this video, we are going to share with you some of the top news about the second largest cryptocurrency on market cap called Ethereum. We'll talk about the Ethereum merge, their developer community, treasury holdings, price prediction, and its endless possibilities. So if you're an investor or thinking to invest in crypto, make sure you watch the video till the end. Let's jump right into it. The Ethereum 2.0 upgrade, otherwise known as the merge, is expected to launch by the end of June and is the biggest news in crypto today, said Ran Neuner, founder and host of the Crypto Banter, co-founder of Crypto Trader, and CEO of On-Chain Capital. Developers have successfully tested the merge of Ethereum's proof-of-work and proof-of-stake chains, which will allow Ether staking to generate yields of up to 10% to 15%, according to experts. Importantly, the merge will reduce Ethereum's carbon footprint significantly. Proof-of-work is a very high electricity consumption, very high equipment consumption way of mining cryptocurrencies or proving transactions. And it is one of the big criticisms that Bitcoin faced, he said. Bitcoin, which runs on the proof-of-work network, has been the subject of criticism for its environmental footprint. Neuter noted that when Tesla CEO Elon Musk made the announcement that Tesla is accepting payment in Bitcoin, he received pushback from his board of directors about using a non-ESG, environmental social governance, friendly asset when the company is trying to preserve an image of being one of the greenest companies in the world. Recently, the European Union contemplated banning Bitcoin due to its lack of ESG qualities, although members of the European Parliament voted not to ban it. So what they're doing is they're moving Ethereum from proof-of-work to a much more energy-efficient proof-of-stake. It's much more energy efficient and it's much faster. The only issue is that somehow you have to combine the chains. The old proof-of-work chain and the new proof-of-stake chain, he said. There's also the issue of scaling that proof-of-stake aims to fix. Proof-of-work is also not very scalable, and one of the big criticisms that both Bitcoin and Ethereum have been facing, and specifically Ethereum, which uses proof-of-work mining, cannot keep up with the transactions that are required, Neuner said, noting that Ethereum is needed for not just investments, but is being adopted by a wide range of decentralized finance, DeFi applications. Ethereum will also see its supply shrink over time, Neuner said. The second thing that happens, which is very, very interesting right now, Ethereum has an uncapped supply. Bitcoin has a capped supply of 21 million, but Ethereum has an uncapped supply, which means that theoretically, you could keep printing ETH forever, and Ethereum is not scarce. But Ethereum also has another mechanism, which is called a burning mechanism. When every transaction is completed, we burn a certain number of Ethereum. When we destroy the net burn, they're gone forever. And so the Ethereum emissions, the amount of Ethereum that are being created every day, are going to be reduced by 90%. Last, the merge will reward Ethereum holders with a higher yield when the token is staked. The returns today on staking Ethereum are 3.9%, he said. When the merge happens, the returns on Ethereum are going to be between 10% to 15% per year. In theory, if the burn rate exceeds the rate at which new ETH are being created, the supply of Ethereum would shrink indefinitely until it approaches zero, although Neuner noted that could take thousands of years. Ethereum becomes deflationary, so now you've got an energy-efficient, deflationary asset. Get into the mind of a fund manager. You can invest in Bitcoin, which is moderately inflationary and heats up the atmosphere and is non-ESG friendly and deflationary, he said. It's actually becoming more and more scare. Where in the world do you have the opportunity to invest in a scare asset and, by the way, earn 10% to 15% return? I've never heard of it. Neuner himself is more heavily invested in Ethereum as compared to Bitcoin, as he sees more growth in the former. However, the Ethereum flippening, the theory that Ethereum's market cap will overtake Bitcoin's, is still not happening anytime soon. I think maybe in a couple of years, that is a discussion for it to be happening. But let's look at what's happening right now, he said. For a long time, Ethereum was devaluing against Bitcoin, until about January 2021, and since January 2020. Actually, the trend has been completely reversed, and we're seeing ETH strengthen towards Bitcoin. Flippening, that's a little bit ambitious. For now, if you ask me, if you got a gun to your head and can only invest in one Bitcoin or Ethereum, my money's on Ethereum. Ethereum is an innovative open-source blockchain technology that can support not only financial transactions, but smart contracts, decentralized applications, dApps, tokenized assets, and decentralized financial services. Its native currency, Ether, F, is the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap at the time of writing, and has held that position for several years. If you are a newbie, you may be asking yourself what open-source blockchain technology is. And in all fairness, it can be an overused phrase planted in articles without any clarification. Blockchain, also referred to as distributed ledger technology, DLT, is a decentralized platform run by different computers across the world that stores blocks of information to make transactions and stored data transparent. Open source simply means that the platform is accessible, so anyone from any corner of the world can track data. Ethereum climbed more than 400% last year. The world's second biggest cryptocurrency impressed users and investors with its real-world utility and promise of more to come. Ethereum is a leader in decentralized applications and in the non-fungible token, NFT, marketplace. But Ethereum's performance may be far from over. That's because there's a huge catalyst right around the corner. So could Ethereum make you a fortune in 2022? Let's take a closer look. Ethereum price data by Y-Charts, but Ethereum isn't just a Bitcoin follower. There are solid reasons behind its success. The network has become a significant player in the world of dApps and NFT. First, let's consider dApps. More than 2,900 dApps are built on Ethereum, according to the state of the dApps website. Ethereum dApps range from finance to gaming to technology. For instance, you can lend and borrow assets or buy insurance. Or you can play games that involve trading land in virtual worlds. As for NFT, Ethereum is the all-time biggest blockchain by sales volume, according to CryptoSlam. On Ethereum, you can scoop up popular NFT from collections like CryptoPunks or Bored Ape Yacht Club. All of this sounds great, but Ethereum has faced one big problem, and that's transaction speed. The network relies on a proof-of-work validation process that involved time-consuming energy using computations to validate transactions. As a result, Ethereum processes about 30 transactions per second. Now though, Ethereum is in the process of transitioning to a proof-of-stake validation method. This speeds things up by eliminating those complex computations. Instead, validation power goes to those with the biggest holdings. Launching proof-of-stake, Ethereum expects to fully launch proof-of-stake in the first or second quarter of this year, and the blockchain will introduce shard chains next year. This divides up the database into new chains in a horizontal manner. Splitting the workload across chains reduces network congestion. All of this means Ethereum may eventually process about 100,000 transactions per second. That's huge progress. Now, what are the benefits of investing in Ethereum? Here's a quick look at the pros of investing in Ethereum. Number 1. Well-known founder and an expanding developer community. Launched in 2015, Ethereum has managed to revolutionize the cryptocurrency investing scene pretty quickly. Though Ethereum is not the first cryptocurrency, ETH has become one of the most popular digital assets. The team behind Ethereum, particularly Vitalik Buterin, is admired by many. And part of the reason people have so much trust in Ethereum is their transparent roadmap. Ethereum's developer ecosystem is also expanding, with more than 250,000 active developers, as per consensus. Such strong support is an advantage when it comes to Ethereum investing. Number 2. Ethereum is not capped, unlike Bitcoin. Ether is not capped and has practical utility. Transactions come with self-executing contracts and fast transaction times. Interestingly, Vitalik once said that Ethereum will be able to process over 1 million transactions per second soon. If possible, it would be a huge advantage to investing in Ethereum. Number 3. Ethereum is more than a cryptocurrency. Talking about advantages, we should emphasize the fact that Ethereum is more than a cryptocurrency. The platform supports smart contracts, dApps or apps that exist on a blockchain, and numerous decentralized finance, DeFi projects, which is one of the main advantages of investing in Ethereum. As such, Ethereum can be used in different sectors. For example, gaming, medicine, and energy distribution. It can foster the tokenization of art, such as NFT, patents, voting history, medical records, ID verification, crypto collectibles, and other complex agreements. So let me know your thoughts on this popular cryptocurrency. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn the notification bell on for more videos like this one. We'll see you in the next video.